Oh, yes, absolutely. We're going over the net 30 accounts. That's where we're at. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to ask questions. We're going over these net 30 accounts. That's where we're at. Okay. And I'm gonna let you see it as well. So, folks, welcome back to the Velocity channel where we just in real time, right? We tell you in real time how to just get rid of all your debt, right? And also what we're on right now is we're incorporating business credit inside of this personal credit finance. Now, why is business credit even a topic right now? I mean, you've got credit cards, you've got the lines of credit, you've got debt, you've got loans, you got personal loans, you got car loans, you have mortgages. Why in the world are we talking about business credit? Well, what happens when you have no more personal credit? What if you maxed out your lines of credit? What if, okay, you maxed out your credit cards? What's next? Some people, they don't know what to do next. It's because never, they've never heard of business credit. They've never heard of business. And that's why people, they, file for bankruptcy. What else did they do? They apply for consolidation loans when they don't understand, right? They're not like you. They know that consolidation loans, that consolidation loans are much different than consolidation lines. And the lines of credit is what they should be consolidating, not the loans. But they don't know that, right? And so that's my goal here is to kind of unlock some of the things that have been locked up from us for a long time. Okay. But now they're being revealed. You notice that there are some things that are getting uncovered nowadays? Absolutely. We're going to go ahead and uncover business credit so that you can use that, if need be, to eliminate that personal credit problem. You got $50,000 in personal credit. You don't want to pay all that, but they got you on a minimum monthly payment plan month after month after month, and you're suffocating. And you don't know that $50,000 in business lines of credit is waiting for you to get rid of that personal credit problem. We're going to go ahead and show you that right now. I want to show it to you on my screen here. So gather up your questions, man. No, we're not intimidated, not at all. Gather them up. And there is no such thing, at least to me, as a silly question, right? It's not a silly question, not at all. CJ, how long is it going to take for me to start a business? Um, how much money does it take? We actually covered that yesterday. We covered that yesterday. How much money is it going to take for me to start a business, right? These are questions that are very, very smart questions. You're asking questions because you want to know. That's what I'm guessing. Is that right? You're asking questions because you want to know. And we're just waiting for the people to come on in. We don't want you to miss anything. We don't want you to to watch the recording. I will leave the recording up. I'll leave the recording up because we're going to be going over things that you didn't know about. You know how you didn't know about velocity banking, right? Perhaps you don't know about velocity banking and business credit and how they're related. Okay. So let's hop right into it. I'm going to check on the questions really fast. That way, we're not leaving one out. And yes, you can. You can ask questions. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Okay. Now, let's get to this. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. We're going to go ahead and share it right now. Here we go. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? Perfect. All right, we're going to go ahead. Sure, here. So we already know about Uline. Okay, that's what we're starting at. The net 30 accounts. Now remember, you've already got your business set up. You got to set up the right way. You got the professional email. You got that business credibility down. We are on step 2 and we're going through it thoroughly. Okay. All right. So you have all that. You've got your business. Now, don't fall for the trap of getting the first business credit card. All right. No, 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 no. Don't fall for that trap. Okay. You got to go through the sequence because the lenders are watching. Okay. Go through the sequence. And the sequence is after you've got your business set up, the sequence is net 30 accounts. Net 30 accounts. Number 1 is Uline. Number 2 is Granger. Number 3 is Quill. Now you may say, well, CJ, I don't really need anything from Quill. I mean, well, listen, if you got it at Walmart, right? If you got it at Walmart, if you shop at all these other places, do yourself a favor and remember that Quill, as well as the ones that we're going to be naming out here, are the ones that report to the Business Credit Bureau. Okay. Now, remember, when you're talking about business credit lends out 10 to 100 times more than personal credit. We're talking about business credit here. We're talking about business credit. Okay. 10 to 100 times more than personal credit. That's very significant because we have a huge, huge saying, and that is 10x, right? Man, I'm going to 10x my company. I'm going to 10x my investment. I'm going to 10x my profit. I'm going to 10x my cars, 10x, 10x. But what about 100x? Why is that though, CJ? Well, because when you're dealing with personal credit, you may get 1, 2, maybe even 3 computers, right? Which will probably cost about what, $5,000, right? But if you're running a business, you see the logic there? Don't you just love logic progression? When you're running a business, that's going to require more than just 2, 3, 4, 5 computers. You may require 10, 100 computers for your business. And suppose you don't want to freeze up that capital. What next? And that's why we use business credit. Business credit. So going back to the 10x to 100x, all right? With the personal credit card that you get, excuse me, with the personal credit card that you get in the mail, that's $5,000. Now, $5,000 is good because it's not your money, okay? That's unsecured line of credit of $5,000. That's on the personal side, okay? On the business side, what's 5,000 times 10? That's 50,000 in it. Okay. Now, what's 5,000 times 100? Okay, I'll give you a hint. That's 5 zeros. Okay. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So when someone asks you, well, what's the difference between personal credit and business credit? The difference to me looks like 2 zeros. You see that? Am I counting right, y'all? Now check me now. The difference here is 2 zeros, isn't it? So that's the difference. Now, keep in mind, you don't use business credit for personal, okay? That's not how it's supposed to go. But if you're in a bind, okay, and you, let's say, are 25,000 in debt on the personal side, we're going to get back to our net 30 accounts. I need to show you this though. I need to show you this. Okay, there's some questions. So I need to show you this because I'm going to answer your question and even the question you didn't ask. Okay. So you are, let's say, $25,000 in the hole on the personal side. Okay. But you just got $50,000 in business lines of credit on the business side. What's the difference between 50,000 and 25,000? Isn't that 25,000? Okay. All right. Now, is it legal, right? And is it ethical to go ahead and pay off the personal side with the business unsecured lines of credit? And oh, by the way, this is the line of credit that you did not have to use your social security number for. That's what I mean by business lines of credit. You're not using your social security number for these. You're using your EIN. That's what makes it so powerful. You don't need a personal guarantee. You don't have to work extra hours. You just need to do things in sequence because the lenders are watching for your sequence, is how business credit goes. Okay. So you're looking at this and you're saying, wait a minute, I got 50,000 over here, but I'm in the hole on my personal side on 25,000. Let's say I want to go ahead and get my credit up on the personal side. Well, what would that mean? Well, that would mean that if I paid this off, the $25,000 off, with part of this 50,000, with the 25,000 that I have over here, that would mean I have zero debt on the personal side, but I still owe 25 grand on the business line of credit side. So CJ, I still owe 25,000. Well, do you though? Do you? Or can your revenue, can the profit, can your income that comes from the business, can it go ahead and pay this off, the 25,000 off, so that you can go back to the $50,000? Is that something that's possible? Can you implement velocity banking on your business side and have all that revenue go through your business credit? All right. Thereby replenishing your line of credit, your lines of credit. Yes, yes, you can. Okay. If you need help with that, just let me know. We have Quill. CJ, that's mind blowing. I know, but you haven't seen anything yet. It's mind blowing and sad at the same time because we should have known this when we were high schoolers, the same way the billionaires' sons and daughters know when they're in high school. Gimplers, right? Gimplers.com. Okay, there's another one, and that's okay. You're going to teach your children, you know? Isn't that awesome? You're going to teach them so that they'll know in preschool, in first grade, second grade, they'll be doing velocity banking, and the teacher will be like, you can't pay that with your credit card. They're going to be like, you need to you need to come to my class. They're going to have velocity banking classes. You see what I'm saying? Gimplers.com, okay, is the URL. Number 5, Seton. Seton.com. We're talking about net 30 accounts. You can get them in all of these, okay? Get them in all of these. And the last one, but not least, will be Print Country. printcountry.com. Now, if you find that there is one of them or two of them that are too, I don't know, challenging for you, and that's okay, right? It's too challenging for you, then you can always get with the other one. All right. Now, these are round one trade lines. Round one trade lines. This is what those are. Okay. Now, for each of these, you're going to need to have a bill of at least $150 for Uline, okay, in order for them to report. And that's okay, right? Can you fix in, right? Can you put within your advanced velocity banking software, hey, I need $150 for this. I need to allocate that towards Uline. Can you do that? Of course you can. Because remember, at the end of this, within the 6 to 12 months, you're going to have $50,000 in business lines of credit when you're doing the sequence right and building your line of credit on the business side. On the business side, okay? Without your social security number, it's going to be with your employer identification number, okay? Because you're an employer now. You're employing people, your EIN, okay? Okay, now with Granger, you're going upon registration, select the one that says contact me about business line of credit. Okay. And don't be intimidated, right? They deal with small businesses, startups all the time. They take really good care of you over there, Granger and Uline. Okay. And the same with the rest of the net 30 accounts. Does that make sense? Okay, so I want these in bite-sized pieces because I really need you to get this. Okay. I really need you to get this. Make sure you sign up with an account with at least three of these net 30 vendors because they specialize in helping you build business credit, business credit up to the tune of $50,000 in lines of credit. Now, there's so much more that we have to cover. Okay. There's so much more we have to cover. Next, we're going to be covering about the revolving accounts. What is after? What's going to be after the net 30 accounts? Well, we do need to go on to store credit. Okay, so that's what's going to be next. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. And we're going to do this one lesson at a time. Why? Because I want you, instead of spending thousands of dollars for an education you could do by yourself, I want you to testify that you did it. Some of you are going to be within the 6 months that you did it following this free YouTube, okay? Free live class, okay? Store credit is going to be the next one that we go over. Does that make sense? All right. Now, questions. Before we end, where are the questions? Do you have any questions for me? Any questions? Don't be shy. What's that saying? They told me a closed mouth does not get fed. Boy, that's so true, isn't it? So open up, or else I did such a great job that you guys aren't even thinking about asking questions. It's just a great job I did, and that's good too. Let me get over there. No, no, you don't. You don't need a perfect personal credit score. No, you don't. No, you don't. As a matter of fact, your personal credit score could suck, but you can have an excellent business credit score. An excellent business credit score. And you could just do business like that on your business credit. You don't have to let them know about your social security number or anything like that. No, you don't neither. All right, folks. I think that's it. We're going to call it. Thank you so much for arriving here. We do need for you to make sure, because we will be going over the store and fleet credit cards. That's next. Okay. Store and fleet credit cards. Of course, we're going to be giving a huge shout out to our number one Fleet's credit card, WEX. Many of you truckers, I can hear your horns right now. Yeah, WEX. Boy, you can pay for maintenance, you can pay for gas, you can pay for listen, anything pertaining to what they say you can buy on that WEX fleet card, boy, you can do it, okay? At those particular stores. And they'll show you too. So that's going to be number one, but we're going to be going over plenty for the store credit and letting you know what you need to do in order to get up to $50,000 in business lines of credit within 6 to 12 months. You don't have to wait years, right? I mean, that's the theme on Velocity Channel, right? Getting there faster. Not 30 years to pay off a mortgage, in between 5 to 10 years. Not 50 years to pay it off a mortgage, an auto loan, and a student loan in as little as 5 to 10 years. Okay. And so we're about time travel, is what we're about. We're about time collapsing to make sure that the future isn't that far away with velocity. Okay. Maybe that's a slogan, man. Doesn't that sound like a slogan? The future's not that far away with velocity. Huh? All right, folks. If you have any questions, go ahead and put that in the comments. I'm going to be busy all week long, making sure that you know how to get the business lines of credit. Let me know if you need any help with that, and we will do it. God bless. And you guys have a great one.